So recently you had come out and showed Hassan Campbell support, right? And you stand with him against Bambaataa and those opposing him in hip hop. What made you want to come out and say that?
I mean, because I never knew that KRS once said that. Did you hear what KRS once said?
Right, he called him a Fed.
No, he said that, yo, if you got a problem with Bambaataa, then get out of hip hop. Like he said Bambaataa got to be protected. Our leaders is untouchable. Bambaataa should be untouchable. Let me tell you this, right? I know people from my projects that I will never put a name. Well, we already know B Stinger is from my projects. Like, you know what I mean? I know him, and he done came out and said and Bambaataa molested him. And there's other people, and I will never. They got to tell their own story. That this been a thing. Like, if you're from the Bronx, you heard this. That's what I'm saying. Like, everybody just get mad at Haas because this is aggressiveness, but he's not lying. If you're from the Bronx, you heard this. So when I heard KRS once said that, I said, nah, I don't, nah. If this dude was playing with little boys, no, not if he was playing with little boys, and you saying, well, if you got a problem with Bambaataa, you should leave hip hop. No, I got a problem with Bambaataa, and I'm not leaving hip hop. KRS one. So now what?
Come on, because even Peter came out and said something.
Yeah, even Melly Mel said something too. Speaking of Melly Mel, recently he came out and said that everybody always knew. Peter Gunn said everybody always knew. So like we always heard this growing up in the Bronx. So this is not nothing new. So now it's Bambaataa turn, like how it was Brother Polite turn, Rashad Jamal and these other people. It's Bambaataa turn. It's time for put the you got to pay for what you did.
What do you think is the motive of KRS coming out and saying that? Do you think that because it will add a negative stigma to hip hop as a whole because of one of the people that helped create it did something like that was foul?
I can't tell you his motive. I think there's friendship there. There's respect and also what you said as far as like, one of the godfather, one of the godfathers of hip hop, one of the forefathers, being, that he probably think it would happen. I don't know, bro. I just know he's wrong. Like I just know KRS One is wrong and Bambaataa is wrong. Like for that, I can't tell you what's going on in his mind. I don't know.
How do you feel about watching the Hassan situation from the side and seeing how people talk about him, how people treat him despite, the situation with Bambaataa and how he was a kid when that type of stuff happened? Like they blame him.
I think it's whack. Because they just don't like him. So they're never gonna and it's because he took pictures with him when he was older. That doesn't mean that how many people got molested and then still grew with these people and got pictures when they older. That doesn't mean he didn't molest them when he was a child. So I do sympathize with it because it happens, and it's people. Polite yesterday just copped out to 7 years, pled guilty to doing that. Like people don't believe that these people are capable of this stuff, but they are, and they fall in love with their like Peter Gunn said, they're heroes, the mythicism of like, oh, no way, that's Bambaataa. No way he could do that. Not the legendary. Yes, the legendary Afrika Bambaataa was playing with little boys. And Hassan Campbell was one of them, and he's telling his truth. I believe him. That's it. I believe him. Why he didn't do it to him, but he did to all these other people? Come on, man. Like, anything else, even if he was, right? They keep saying that, oh, he was 15 when it started. Haas said I was 15 when it ended, but they keep saying he was 15. Yeah, when I was 15, I was in the streets. I was already like outside. But a 15-year-old boy is still a child. Still, even if it started at 15, still a child. I don't care if he was outside already killing people. Still a child. These people disgust me sometimes.
Yeah, when I interviewed Hassan, I told him that, there must be some feelings of conflict because even though Bambaataa allegedly did that to him, right? At the same time, Bambaataa was there for him in other ways and helped raise him. So it's like you're looking at this person that did good things for you, but at the same time, they did terrible things to you. And I think that it's really hard for people to take people off of pedestals because, like you said, it's like, oh, they're a celebrity, so their status makes it so people view like they can't make mistakes in life. Man, roll the clip. So that has to be like some feelings of confliction there, right? Like you have to be conflicted because while he did those things to you, at the same time, you're saying that he raised you. So he took care of you to a certain extent, right?
When I was going through troubles with my mother and found myself in the streets, I had somewhere to stay, and that was his house. Point blank, period. But I'm gonna tell you right now, you keep on digging into him, you're not gonna get no views on your video because don't nobody care. They don't care. And you need to understand that they don't care. You see me go through a situation just, with the KRS One, right?
Right.
Because some of my friends was posting up KRS One. And everybody know that KRS One put the audio out with the video out with himself saying that Bam has to be unfallible and called me an FBI agent. And hip hop is going to support who? Some people felt divided. Now, years later, the 50th year anniversary come around, and it's like, people show they didn't care. People that I know that's supposed to be cool with me, they know about what happened. They don't care. So it's like it's a waste of time.
Exactly. People do make mistakes, man, and I'm with Haas on this. I want to see Bambaataa get what he deserves, for what he did to all the little boys, not just Haas. So I'm with him on this one. Like, yeah, Bambaataa need to pay. Everybody knows he did what he did, and he needs to pay. We need to see Bambaataa go to jail. And it's going to sound crazy coming from a dude like me, but I believe that jail is made for people like Bambaataa, people that molest children, plain and simple. And that's it.